back to Ugly Truck. Today we're gonna get this 63 Chevy running whether it wants to or not.
Okay, so today we're working on a 1963 Chevy four-wheel drive truck. Emily and I, we were out on a date night one night out in the yellow truck, and we went out for tacos, and we're standing there at a taco truck, and the owner of this truck come walking up to us, and he said, I've got a old truck sitting at my place, and it belonged to my grandfather, and I would love nothing more than to get that thing going because they have a lot of memories with it. So you can tell looking at this truck, if it could talk, it would have a lot of stories. So the guy who owned it, he made some modifications to it. It had a extra fuel tank on it. The topper is unique, you could say. They used this truck in Arizona, apparently. That's where they were from, and they did a lot of, I think, camping with it and stuff. So
yeah, it's got some pretty cool features.
Yeah, we don't usually no reason to do a walk around, but this truck warrants a walk around. Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's got some serious character.
Yeah. So I don't know how long it's been since it ran. The engine is locked up, and I couldn't do our usual trick of filling the engine full of motor oil because its side covers are leaking. So today we're going to have to get it unstuck the hard way, I guess I would say. It's got a 3.8 straight 6 in it. I don't know what that comes out to in cubic inches. 230 maybe, somewhere in there.
Something like that.
But I think it's a 3.8. They did have a bigger motor, but I don't think this is the bigger one. And you can tell it just has not run in a long time. So we are going to fix that today, if at all possible. Okay?
Do we want to explain the...
Explain what?
This whole thing?
That? Okay, this thing, Emily just asked me, do we want to explain this? And I don't have an explanation for it. It's some kind of an air tank that I suppose, like if they were out somewhere and needed some pressurized air to air up a tire or something like that, they would have used that. But it's a pretty ingenious device, it looks like. So they want to leave all that stuff there, so I'll work around all that. But doesn't have an alternator belt on it. The people have tried to get this motor freed up in the past a little bit, I guess. So we'll start by taking the spark plugs out of it. I did fill the engine full up to the side covers. These are the side covers that are leaking. If you take one of these side covers off, it gives you access to the hydraulic lifters, and the push rods are sitting into the lifters. And this is going to be a challenging one, I think, getting this thing going, but we'll do our best, get it going. If anybody can do it, we can.
That's right.
Just by chance, they asked us if we knew somebody when they saw how bad Emily's truck was.
Yeah. They
said, hey, would you happen to know anybody that would work on something like that? And I said, no. In fact, that's kind of what we do. But, you know, just by chance, they ran across, I hope, the right people. We'll see. But we do a lot of will it runs for people and for ourselves. So ever since I talked to them, I've been excited to do this one. So should we do it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Is Juice going to help?
Sure.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to start by seeing if we can get this engine to turn over. If it won't turn over, then anything else that we do would be a complete waste of our time and effort. So we're going to take the spark plugs out of it, and oh, they're already they're loose. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to take the spark plugs out of it, and I'm going to fill each cylinder. I'm going to add some oil to each cylinder. and we'll let it soak for just a sec, and then we'll start working on seeing if we can get it to budge over any. Man, that is a reach. This would be a good candidate for an LS swap.
Think so?
Wouldn't it? I don't know if there'd be room with that air tank.
We can incorporate that somehow. Make that part of the intake or something.
Ooh, yeah. Alright, so somebody had already helped me out there and had those loose. They all are fairly decent looking, really. So that's good. None of them are just totally caked with oil. These straight six motors were actually pretty good. So I'm really optimistic that everything's gonna work out okay on this one. This truck has got 3 ignition coils, which is kind of strange. Okay, here's one. Here's the other one that's still attached to the negative side of the coil. And then we also have another one right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so.
Never have too many.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it had a problem with spark. Alright, so I'm going to get a funnel and start filling these cylinders, and then we'll see if we can't get a socket on the... Oh yeah, these cranks don't have a bolt really to get on, so we're going to have to do something different with that. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put my pan under there because it's going to get messy. Okay?
It's a good plan.
I'd say we're going to drip some oil. Alright, so this is a mixture of some waste oil. We're just going to add some to each cylinder. Okay. Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know what that is.
Ooh, I added a little bit of 2-stroke oil to it.
Ooh.
That I wasn't sure if it was any good or not, so maybe when it starts it'll sound like a chainsaw.
Ooh, that would be fun. If it had a power band.
Oh yeah. Okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Alright, so that one at the top, that piston's at the top, okay? Let's see here. Okay. That one is too, it seems like. Right. This one's definitely not.
No.
Okay. This one. That's that.
Okay.
How can we see if we can get this thing to turn over?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
Let's see what it's got for a cover on the flywheel. And
Oh, okay.
I might be able to put a pry bar on the flywheel and get it to move just a pinch.
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay, so it's got this little shield covering the flywheel. So we'll take this off, and that'll give us access to the flywheel, and see if we can't use a pry bar to move it. Okay. You want to hand me a, looks like a 7/16 wrench. Oh, the starter bolts are loose too. Here, I'll probably just take the starter out and see if we can't do it that way. I guess it's a good thing we found that out. Alright, so I can see the teeth of the flywheel right here, and that'll give me something to stick a pry bar in there and pry on.
Okay.
Okay. Just go each direction. It's stuck pretty good. Does not want to budge. Okay. Did you see it move? Because it didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it's gonna break loose here just any second because I got my face right in front of the spark plug hole here.
I'm gonna have to take this other shield off so I can get a good spot to pry on it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need my 1/4" stuff. Short 7/16. I could try that. I don't think that'll work. Okay.
You have plenty of help under there?
Oh yeah. Loads. They put bolts like in the worst spots on this older stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have a short 7/16.
Okay.
I got it. Sorry. I'm gonna need my longer pry bar though. Oh, come on, baby. Stuck big time.
Oh, juice.
Oh, I didn't really think it'd be stuck this bad.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be a pretty easy one. Juice has already given up.
Yeah. Oh, come on, baby. Well, you know what we have to do from here, right? Bigger pry bar.
Okay, so round 2, bigger pry bar.
Yeah. Phew, come on. Come on, baby. Oh, no.
My God, you bent the drive shaft.
Oh. Oh, great. Oil in my armpit.
Oh no.
Jeez. Oh, the hoister would be nice right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
You're disturbing juice.
Oh, sorry. Pull the dipstick on this thing and see how high up the oil level is that I do have oil in it.
Okay. Oh, it's way up there.
Yeah. The rest of that oil that's there, go ahead and add it to the engine oil.
You know what got us into this mess?
What?
Tacos.
Yes. Tacos.
You know what might make everybody feel better?
Oh, tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back on the 63 K10 Chevy. I don't know how many hours we worked on this thing last week, but I was a mess when we were done. I could not get this thing to move. I even got my new shirt dirty.
Oh.
Yeah, so it would not budge, and we had soaked this, the lower portion of the engine, we had soaked it like I normally do. I got frustrated and I fixed the side covers last week, and I filled this whole engine up then with oil, and it's been sitting for a week with oil, just completely to the top, okay? And it still will not budge. So we are going to pull out all our weapons today, and we're going to EVAPORUST this truck. I've done this two other times, okay?
Yeah.
One time was very successful, and the other time it did what I needed it to do, but the one engine that I had to free up with that, it did work great. And I'm gonna do it the same way today as what I did back then. So I pulled the spark plugs out of it, and each cylinder was still full of engine oil, okay? So I took my little suction device and went down each cylinder. So, and I went in there and I sucked all the oil out of them, okay? And I did that to all of them, and I have been putting, I've been cleaning the cylinder walls with brake clean, okay? Because I'm gonna run the EVAPORUST through it, and I don't want to contaminate that, so I'm cleaning them out with brake clean. But if all goes well, tomorrow we'll have this engine turned over.
Yeah,
okay?
finally.
Yeah. Alright, so alright, should we whiteboard it?
We should.
Alright.
Sounds like a good excuse to whiteboard.
Figure this thing off. Okay. Do you want to do the picture, or you want me to draw the picture?
Oh, I think it's your turn.
Alright, I'll draw a picture.
You're so good at it.
I know. I know I am. Okay. What color is the engine on this thing? Green? Mm-hmm. Alright. So, let's say, we're going to use green. So, we use that. Oops. That's not very good, is it? Huh?
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, that's the front crankshaft, valve cover gasket. Maybe you have to draw it.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna let you draw it so it at least looks like something.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, so what we're gonna do, get my pointer. Ready?
Yep.
All right, so let's say these are your spark plug holes, okay? I got all the cylinders cleaned out, so there's nothing, no junk in there, no more oil in it any longer. The oil pan, it's been draining for a couple days, and after I brake cleaned those cylinders, brake clean now is kind of gumming out the oil drain plug hole, okay? So below the engine, we're going to take a piece of like a 4 mil plastic, and I'm going to make like a little, a giant funnel underneath it, okay?
Yeah, like a little hammock.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, a hammock. Okay, and then in the bucket, we're going to have a fluid pump, right? Okay, and the fluid pump will feed all the EVAPORUST up into each 6 cylinders with vinyl tubing, okay? So I'm going to make a little manifold basically that's going to supply fluid to each one of those cylinders, and it's going to drain off the side of the engine. What oil or what EVAPORUST doesn't go past the cylinder walls and out the drain plug, but it'll pool down the side of the engine. This will catch it, direct it back into the bucket, and it'll just be a revolving.
Ooh, like one of those little water fountains, like out in front of the mall.
Right, but cooler.
Yeah.
Cooler, yeah. And people would say, why don't you just pour this in the cylinder? And, well, it'll just go past the cylinder wall, past the rings, okay?
Yeah.
So you'd have to sit there and continuously fill it. And it seems like it works better if you keep it moving, like if you keep it oxygenated, aerated. So that's what that'll do, no problem. Okay?
Cool.
So I need to clean the cylinders out just a little bit more. Then I'm going to spray the side of the engine block with brake clean. Then I'm going to blow everything off so what does come down into that catch pan thing stays nice and clean, hopefully, okay?
Cool.
So, alright. So I've wasted about 6 cans doing this so far. Make that 7.
Alright.
Okay? I think that's probably good. I'm going to wash the side of the engine block. I'm just going to douse everything. So at this point, I'm going to start making my manifold to pump fluid into it. Okay?
Cool.
So, start with the one in the back. So that one there. If I'm babbling too much, let me know, okay?
Oh, okay, I'll let you know.
Alrighty. I tend to babble.
I used to be babbling, you know?
Mm-hmm. Babble, babble, babble. Babble, babble, babble. Cut. Get where I'm going here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quarter-inch. I should have. These are. I'm putting quarter-inch vinyl tubing on 5/16, but some of them are quarter-inch and some aren't. What's really cool is it's clear too, so we'll be able to see it in action. Making sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
And one more. That one. Then this one.
Cool.
Okay. Just to make sure they stay in there. I'll probably take and zip tie that one to there. Okay. And this one. Oh, so that'll keep them in, right? Alrighty, so each one of the vinyl tubes is sitting down at its piston, on top of its piston. We're going to raise it up now. We'll make the little upside down umbrella or giant funnel thing underneath it. And we'll get our fluid pump going.
Sweet.
Okay? Remind me to get more of this.
Oh, okay.
Don't need that anymore.
Here's these magnet things too. Ooh. Cool.
All right, so that should do it, right?
Yep.
What do you think? Right about there, huh? Alright, so tub of towels.
Still not a sponsor.
Still not a sponsor.
Still love their buckets.
Yeah, they do work great for that. This is a submersible pump. It's out of like a fish aquarium. I got to get it back in my kids' aquarium pretty quick.
Yeah, those guppies are not looking good.
Not looking good. This is the magic juice. It looks just like water, doesn't smell. I'm going to use a hose pincher. Be my way of making it flow however much I want. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Something's happening, huh?
Something. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. Alright. Ooh, it doesn't like to pump that high. So, okay. Alright, so we'll raise it down, or load it down. We'll watch up here and we'll be able to see our cylinders fill up. It's going into each of the cylinders. So,
Oh, there it's coming out.
yep. See if it's coming out of the spark plug hole there.
Yep. Number 4, I guess.
Any others that are coming out? If we hold it up, will it go
Yeah, it
into all of
like
them?
Oh, that one's going now.
Good.
Yeah, but if this T is straight up, it seemed like it was. Oh, there you go.
Alright, my 1/4 inch line that I'm using, it isn't restrictive enough really to flow evenly to each cylinder.
Yep.
So the fine people at O'Reilly's, they give us tons of pins because we buy thousands of dollars worth of parts. Okay, so we're going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to add a plastic pin, the end of the pin cap. Okay, and it's got a small orifice on the end of it. Okay, and that will restrict the 1/4 inch line and should build pressure so each line will be even. Okay.
Sweet.
If you're going to put something in a cylinder like this, you want to make sure you put something plastic in. Okay.
Yeah.
I already have one done here. Okay. So I'm just going to add that to the end of it. All right. And then this one. And I will want to make sure I account for each one of these coming out, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to start it or move the engine with these in there still because they'll just break, so we won't do that. Okay. Alright, so, and I had to go and get another gallon of EVAPORUST. I didn't think it would take more than a gallon, but it is, so I'm going to fire it back up.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we've got a steady flow of EVAPORUST coming out of each spark plug hole. So that'll keep all that circulating. And I think now we've got it topped off to where it'll just keep going continuously. And it'll be fine, right?
Sweet.
Okay. Okay, so, and then before anybody says anything, we do have a lab scope and we did look in the cylinders. Surface rust is all that I could see in there. You can't see, like around the pistons of that, I didn't see like a giant corner of moisture built up, so.
Yeah.
But now I got each cylinder soaking, and I will check it every hour or so, and we are going to let this thing run overnight like this, and then tomorrow we will break this engine free.
Sweet.
I'm that confident it'll turn over.
It better after all this.
Yeah. So, and a person could have done a cleaner job, I guess, underneath it, but you get the idea. So we'll start up again in the morning and see how it goes. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so it's at least 24 hours later. I undid my manifold. It's been pumping EVAPORUST in it for 24 hours at least. And for the last few hours, I've just been giving each cylinder a good washing. You can see what color the EVAPORUST has turned. So
yeah.
And when I look in the cylinders, they look perfect. Sweet. Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna probably shut the pump down, and I've got to suck all the EVAPORUST out of here with my little vacuum pump thing, and then I'll fill it back up with oil, and tomorrow morning we'll see if this thing will turn over.
Sweet.
Okay.
It better turn over.
Yeah, it's better. So it ended up taking 2 gallons of EVAPORUST. Didn't know it was going to take that much, but it did.
Yep.
But the side of the engine's not rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. The cylinders look nicer than that, so
sweet.
I'm pretty optimistic. So hopefully it'll be good. So again, continue till tomorrow.
All right, to be continued.
Yep.
Welcome back to day 610 of trying to get this motor unstuck. We've soaked it, we've EVAPORUSted it, and now the oil pan is off. So things are going great here at Ugly Truck.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
All right, so I'm back on this thing after the weekend. We let it EVAPORUST for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
Right? And 2 gallons of EVAPORUST. And I came out this morning and tried to turn it over, and it would not turn over still.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and then I went to Plan G.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I took the oil pan off to see what was going on. And it looks like it was just 2 of the pistons that were still hung up. Piston number 4 and piston number 5. That's the only 2 that I couldn't move. I undid all the connecting rods. Caps are gone from all of them. And it still wouldn't move, so I've been spraying it with WD-40. Ooh, I slipped in a WD-40 thing.
Ooh.
If I just used WD-40 in the first place, I wouldn't be in this mess.
Exactly.
But I've been spraying it from the bottom now with WD-40, and it looks like it's gonna move. So the reason I know it moved a little bit is because oil's coming out of the spark plug holes. Okay.
Sweet.
So, all right. Should we see if it moves over?
Let's do it.
Okay. There it goes.
Oh.
You're catching it? I'll have to put the caps back on so I can rotate the whole thing around.
Okay.
Otherwise it'll bind on something.
Yeah.
But it is moving now.
Yay.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna put the rod caps on lightly. I'm just gonna put the cap on, thread the nuts on a little bit, and then we'll start rotating it around quite a bit.
Yeah, just so the pistons aren't free flopping around in there.
Yep. But after we do that, then I'll just have to reassemble everything and it rotates.
Yay.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally. Exactly. So you might notice that I'm wearing my headlight lamp.
Uh-huh.
I may look dorky with it on.
Yeah.
But I can see, so I don't care. Take it off before you go to the grocery store.
Just real quick, can you say, take me to your leader?
Take me to your leader.
All right, so we got all the connecting rod caps back on. So
I'm gonna give all the bottom of those cylinders a good squirt WD-40, and we're just about to the point where we can try to rotate it over the full, 360 degrees.
yeah,
So,
sweet.
so here we go. A ton of oil's gonna come out. Ready?
Sure.
Oh, of course. There, it doesn't want to turn off. Okay. So let's go the other direction. That's as far as it wants to go.
Making progress. Okay, so welcome back to day 611 of trying to get this engine unstuck. Last night we actually ended up hooking the EVAPORUST contraption back up on cylinders 5 and 6. So after another night on those two cylinders with some EVAPORUST going, I am happy to report
360 degrees of revolution.
360 degrees of revolution. Check it out.
Which is what we want.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to turn it 360 degrees, but it does move now, okay?
Yeah. Yay! It's still super tight.
But it's getting better as it goes.
Yeah.
But we got it to move, okay?
Yes, that is a big achievement.
Yeah. Like we said, yesterday I took the oil pan down out of it just to see what the problem was. So I started taking each individual connecting rod loose, and then I'd try to rotate the crank. And it was the last two that I got to where the crank would finally move. So 5 and 6 were completely locked up. The other 4 were really good, actually. And then when you look in the cylinders through the top and the bottom, they look really nice. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. So we tried evaporusting, total of 50 hours, I think.
Yeah, really.
Oh, my contraption.
Oh. Okay.
So, I do not like to force these things to turn over any, but I was getting to a point where we were either going to have to give up or I was going to force number 5 to move. And it needed to move down in its bore. So I built this. I was lucky the valves were closed. I took one of its old spark plugs and I knocked the porcelain out of the center of it. And I threaded 1/8 inch threads into that so my grease gun would go into it.
Sweet.
And the piston was only about 2 inches from the top of the bore. So I basically I'd use this as a hydraulic, and I got that piston to move doing that.
Yeah.
Pumping it up with that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how much power that puts to that piston. I've never had one that hard to get to rotate. So.
Yeah. Yeah, if that hadn't worked, we'd be in big trouble.
I have had them that wouldn't rotate, but those ended up just being completely torn apart, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But on this one, we were just trying to get this thing to turn over, and we're finally at that point. I'm going to put the oil pan back on it. I just torqued the connecting rods back on it.
Yep.
Rod bearings look fine. And I'll put the oil pump back up on it, the oil pan, and next time we work on this thing, we'll finally be started it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if you've learned anything from this video, it's that persistence pays off. So I hope you stick around for the next video on this truck where we will get it running whether it wants to or not. I said it before and I'm saying it again. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. We really appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you next time.